This proposal is called A Call to Improve the Female Freshman Social Experience, Move Sorority Recruitment to the Spring. The audience for this proposal is incoming TCU freshman girls who could speak out against moving recruitment to the spring, and TCU Panhellenic, who are composed of past sorority members who have gone through this experience before and have the power to make changes within Greek life at TCU. The stakeholders would be the TCU Panhellenic Executive Board, which coordinates the 13 National Panhellenic Conference sororities on campus. They manage current sorority members, and they promote scholarship, philanthropy, and unity throughout the 13 sororities. Also, the TCU Panhellenic Council, who's the governing body of the Panhellenic Association at TCU. They discuss issues facing the community and share what each chapter is working on. They're made up of the executive council members and 2 representatives from each chapter, including the Panhellenic delegate and associate Panhellenic delegate. And then also the TCU Panhellenic fraternity and sorority life staff. And I have a couple of them pictured on this slide, as well as a photo of the Panhellenic Executive Council. The claim for this proposal is that sorority recruitment should move to the spring to provide an opportunity to explore all organizations, meet a variety of friends, improve academic performance, and ultimately establish self-esteem in college apart from a sorority. The current state of affairs is that sorority recruitment is scheduled for August 16th through the 21st of 2020. Students will therefore move into campus on August 15th of 2020. Some short-term problems to discuss. So many freshmen are adjusting to their new life in college, whether that's moving into the dorm room, meeting new friends, etc. The main one that I remember everyone feeling really stressed out about was just changing to living in a dorm room and having a roommate and going through that entire move-in process on top of going through recruitment. It was extremely exhausting. Another one that's really simple is just the temperature. It's extremely hot in Texas during this time, and a lot of houses will have problems with air conditioning, and that causes other health issues amongst current members and other girls that are going through recruitment. Another issue is that girls tend to really judge the sorority based on their experience of just this 1 week, whereas if recruitment was later, they would get a better feel of how the sorority actually operates by seeing them all semester versus just being able to see them throughout this 1 week. Another issue is college girls' mental health. I remember girls wanting to transfer and drop out of college if they did not get the house that they wanted, and they really just chalked up their entire college experience based on this 1 week because it was the beginning of their college. So if it was moved later, it wouldn't have so much stake into their college experience. Some long-term problems to discuss. So freshmen do not get the opportunity to explore all of the other organizations on campus. TCU offers over 200 student organizations, and I feel as though students are pressured to commit to Greek life if recruitment is right at the beginning of their freshman year. Freshmen also can't focus on academics as much because they inevitably are partying more and likely aren't able to establish study habits that they need to in their first semester. So what happens if recruitment isn't the spring? Spring in Fort Worth is much cooler, so that will solve the issue of the intense heat. Students will be able to adjust to living situations and other changes that they're experiencing in college. They will have time to explore sororities and many other organizations if they have a whole semester under their belt. They'll also be able to establish study habits and get that first GPA without having Greek life as a distraction. So some data to discuss. This article was titled College Students' Experiences with Mental Health, Sorority Members, Anxiety, and Depression. And a couple quotes that I pulled from this article is that research on recruitment indicates that this process can negatively affect self-esteem for potential new members, as well as current membership, as the process is often stressful, time-consuming, and may result in rejection of some form. Also, there has been research specifically focused on depression and sorority membership. It is often focused on the recruitment process and how that affects potential new members and their self-esteem. It has been determined that a drop in self-esteem occurs for potential new members as well as current members. Some more data. There was a study at Duke University and Yale University looking at how college students' grades are affected by membership in a fraternity or sorority. Duke prohibits students from joining Greek organizations until after the fall semester of their freshman year, while Yale students go through recruitment during their fall semester. And then they reviewed student transcripts to determine academic performance. A couple takeaways from this research was that joining a fraternity is often associated with a slightly lower grade point average during the spring semester of the freshman year. Fraternity members strategically choose leniently graded courses in this semester to mitigate the negative effects of affiliation. Sorority members appear to be more distracted from their classes during the spring semester after their freshman year, where they are involved in recruiting and educating new members. During these semesters, being a sorority member is associated with a slightly lower grade point average. Sorority members choose easier courses during these semesters. And then also students of different academic abilities are affected differently. Students with lower SAT scores often experience strong negative effects. I also found some comments from the National Panhellenic Association, and they were talking about points in favor of moving recruitment to the spring. They said deferred recruitment would mean that chapters will have new members who are more prepared to enter their organizations and more informed about the commitment they are making. We want to make sure that individuals are as prepared as possible when deciding whether or not to join a Greek organization. New members will benefit because they will have more time to get acclimated and figure out if Greek life is the right place for them. Greek life administrators are implementing the new policy next academic year, mandating that freshmen complete 12 on-campus credits before joining a Panhellenic associate or interfraternity chapter. Student affairs officials said that last spring the new policy would help freshmen acclimate to college life before joining a fraternity or a sorority. And then I also talked to one of my friends who is graduating from SMU, and they do have spring recruitment, and she went through it. And she said that it gives people a chance to network in the fall, takes a bit more stress off of a freshman's shoulders. They get to experience all the newness of friends and classes for an entire semester and settle in before making a decision. Some limitations to consider is that freshmen may have more time to actually come up with judgments and listen to the stereotypes about sororities. They may only give sororities a chance if they know girls that are active members already. They may dedicate themselves to a sorority and not be accepted to that house in the spring, and less freshmen may rush, which could reduce pledge size classes. However, freshmen can determine which sororities are actually a great fit for them after exploring different organizations for an entire semester. They can meet girls in new sororities that they did not consider. And even if they do not get accepted into their first choice house, they likely will get a bid into another house. And I remember when I went through recruitment, most everyone got bids. It was extremely rare to not get a bid, and girls did actually end up giving houses that they had originally not wanted to give a chance. And I also remember that girls who were not originally interested in recruitment afterwards became interested after seeing people experience it. And a specific example is the House Phi Mu. They held a separate recruitment after the initial recruitment went on, and it was super successful because all of the girls that hadn't gone through recruitment before were now involved. The conclusion to this proposal is that moving sorority recruitment to the spring will ultimately be positive for freshman girls' self-esteem, ability to adjust to college, academic performance, and overall college experience. Thank you.